Yo, what's up, everyone? So, shocked back at it, and very early in the morning, but it is what it is. We do this work, stay consistent, and be on time. But let's get right into it. Creature Commandos, Episode 7, the season finale for Creature Commandos, just released, and I just watched it, of course, as you can see by the title of this video, and a very funny monster. And my thoughts on this episode is I didn't like it, and I didn't like it for a lot of reasons, mainly because I felt it felt rushed. Definitely felt that it needed more time. I think this show needed more episodes. It needed more runtime between the episodes. I think this show would have benefited from all being released at once. If it was released at once and it kept the same runtime, then I would have been more receptive to the, maybe more receptive to this finale. But since it released weekly and it has the 20-minute runtime, I would give this finale a 4.5 out of 10. Well, actually a 4 out of 10, actually. It's not a bad finale, but it is a very, very underwhelming finale. There are many things that are rushed, that are contrived, that, that don't really make sense in a way. There's a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's some badly written moments, and we really see the team in action as a whole for the first time, really, in the entire show this episode. And it's very short. I mean, I really don't know what else to say about it. It's just a very short interaction. Things aren't given enough time. It's like certain things, such as, and there's going to be spoilers. Spoilers. Do not go past this point if you are watching. There are things that, in this episode that just, felt contrived. Like, the princess, for example. What was her plan? What was she, doing? Why did she want to take over the world? How was she going to kill the Justice League, the Titans, the JSA, the Commandos, the Suicide Squad? It doesn't really explain this stuff. It doesn't explain why did she want to do it. It doesn't explain, why Cersei was there originally. How did Cersei find out? It doesn't really explain any of this. It just feels very rushed and anticlimactic. The bride enters, she finds out, that's also another problem, but I'm gonna explain that later. She finds out the plan with Clayface and the princess, and she just kills the princess, and that's it. It just ends. It just ends, and it's like, she goes back to Belle Reve. You see the new team for season 2. It just ends. That's about it, and it was all felt rushed. I was waiting for Nina to show off some type of powers, or a power set. Why did she go to prison? Didn't explain that. It just, she went to prison for being ugly. Like, it's just like, I don't know. There was a lot of problems with this episode. This is a very, very flawed episode. I'm not going to give it a bad rating because I did enjoy some parts, but it just felt undercooked. It felt like there was no substance. The animation was nice, of course. The visuals were nice. The voice acting was good. But just felt undercooked, really. I'm confused how the princess, she was just this character that was so smart. She was just this omnipotent character. She knew the plan. She knew what she was doing, But then, it just, I don't know. She knew all this. She knew to bring in Clayface. She was smart enough to bring in Clayface for her plan, but she wasn't smart enough to wipe the tapes. Come on now, that's just very contrived writing. Another form of contrived writing was Weasel in this episode. I mean, he gets Nina killed. It just felt very forced. Felt weak sauce. Uh, you know, I don't know, man. Frankenstein, also another anticlimactic, piece of this episode. He just gets shot and, he doesn't die. In the post-credit scene, he's still very much alive, but he feels so disconnected from the show. It feels like a Family Guy character. It feels like a Simpsons character, really. Just so disconnected, and it's like, but that's just my review for this episode. 4.5 out of 10. I will give this show in total a 6 out of 10. This episode did lower my rating. If this episode was good, I would have given it a 7. But this episode dropped my rating to a 6 out of 10 because, it wasn't good in my opinion. It was below average, very flawed. The show as a whole, like I said, I definitely felt like it could have had more episodes, could have had, it could have relied less on the flashbacks. The runtime should have been 40 minutes and instead of 25 minutes. Some even less. Some was 20 minutes. This is James Gunn's worst superhero project. I just gotta say, kind of disappointing. And it's not in a bad way. Once again, how I see the show is it's a fun, easy to watch time. I wouldn't go out of my way of watching it, but if you are a James Gunn fan, if you enjoyed the Guardians movies, you enjoy Suicide Squad, if you enjoy Peacemaker, watch this show. But if you didn't enjoy any of those, and if you're not a James Gunn fan, or even if you thought those things were average, or whatever, maybe check this out, but I wouldn't rush to watch this. This was a 6 out of 10. This was an average good time. It was a fun time, a simple time. It was easy, but I do hope season 2 is better. I will be watching season 2. I hope James, we got all the flashbacks out the way. We know the team now. Let's just focus on the team. Let's focus on the present. Let's focus on dynamics, interactions, the plot, because that was severely lacking this season. Flashbacks were nice. Love the flashbacks. But, that hurt the season because there was so little time. But that's my full review of the show. Check it out. I'm not going to drag this video any longer. 4.4 out of 10 for this episode. 6 out of 10 for the total show. Peace, like, subscribe. I'm hyped for Superman. I'm hyped for the DCU still. I'm out.